My one question here is has to do with the cadence of the news release for midnight.
Yeah.
I have never seen you as excited about this as, I mean, you've been excited about all kinds of things. Bison, Cardano, fantastic. But the release news has been unbelievable.
Right.
Is this the tip of the iceberg?
This is the tip of the iceberg. Every week there's going to be a partnership announcement. Every week there's going to be technical announcements. There's community announcements. We are taking meetings with people you wouldn't even believe. Because the thing about midnight is its time has come. It's the age of cooperative economics. It's the age of rational privacy. And it's the age to get everybody talking to each other again. You know, we've lived for so long in this adversarial landscape where people are just beating the crap out of each other and one token's attacking another token. Nobody wants that anymore. Let's just all love each other again because, nobody in this industry is an enemy, if you really think about it. We're all using public keys. We're all crypto people. The enemies are the big banks. The enemies are the large financial institutions. The enemies are the governments that want to take your liberty away from you and rob your freedom of association, commerce, and expression. And why we started Midnight and why we distributed Midnight the way we did is we wanted to have an ecosystem that brought everybody together. We wanted to have an ecosystem where everybody had a say. We had all these VCs come to us in the early days. They said, we're so excited about Midnight. When's the ICO? How do we get some tokens? I said, you don't. And they said, what do you mean? I said, everybody has the same participation. It's an airdrop. Bitcoin and Ethereum and Cardano and XRP and Avalanche and Brave and BNB and so forth. And they're like, but how does that work? It's like we need to get our insider distribution. That's how tokenomics work. And I was like, that's how your tokenomics work, but that's not how cooperation works. Everybody's got to work together. So it's been very easy, surprisingly so, to make a lot of partnerships. What's really fun is what we call Operation Broken Windows. There's a lot of people that should have been in the Cardano orbit. They should have been working with Cardano. And for whatever reason, whoever's responsible, doesn't matter. It didn't get done. So we got Brave support just announced the other day. There's a lot more stuff like that. Wallets, custodians, infrastructure, stable coins. They're going to come not only to Midnight, but Midnight is a Cardano native token. So that means it comes to Cardano at the same time. So Midnight's really uplifting the Cardano ecosystem. It's going to provide more revenue streams for stake pool operators, ton more transaction volume for the Cardano ledger, and hopefully have a rising tides with TVL. So overall, I'm just so excited, pumped, and fired up. I haven't launched something since 2017, so it's good to do something a little new and interesting.
Sure.
The other thing is the technology cooperation is phenomenal. We got tech from Polkadot, we got tech from Zcash, we got tech from Aptos, obviously all the Cardano tech, and some brand new tech that has never existed before that we brought together and put it together. So Midnight really is a Gestalt chain that comes from many different places for many different people. And that's what makes it so easy to cooperate, because everybody can see part of themselves inside that technology.
Well, I'll say it once because I've never heard it said before, but I've never met Ron Paul in person, but I felt I got the better option, a founding father walking around in the 21st century.
Let me tell you about Ron Paul real quickly. So I worked on his campaign as a volunteer back in 2007 and 2008. And first, his wife, Carol's one of the nicest people you ever meet. You'd be outside knocking on doors in the snow, and she'd come by with a tray full of cookies and give it to you. So they're just good people. My grandfather was an OBGYN, just like Dr. Paul, and he delivered lots of kids around the same time. So first, I felt some of my grandfather and Dr. Paul, and what he was really talking about is just three things. And I've always internalized those three things. He said, choose liberty, so follow the Constitution, have a humble foreign policy, stop going to war with everybody and fighting everybody, and have sound money. And you know what? That's such a bipartisan thing. You can't find a single person, you walk around, Democrat or Republican, on the side of the street and say, would you rather have less liberty or more liberty? Would you rather have, worse money or better money? And would you rather have less war or more war? And everyone's like, yeah, we kind of like that message. And he ignited the fires of a revolution across America, and we never forgot. And some of us went on to support other political candidates, and some of us went into technology. And that's what brought me into the Bitcoin space, because I found a philosophical home. And I said, hey, they believe in Austrian economics, they believe in sound money, they believe in the non-aggression principle, they believe in the right to privacy, they believe in all these things where everybody's together. We don't care who uses Bitcoin. We don't care if you're from Abu Dhabi or Germany or Argentina. Your name doesn't matter, your culture doesn't matter, your language doesn't matter. None of these things are relevant. All that matters is you're a human being. That's it. And that's what I loved about Paul. He said things like, there is no gay rights and women's rights. There's just rights. Everybody's a human. Everybody has the same rights. Everybody should be treated with the same dignity and respect. And so when you put that into a protocol, what's on the label is actually what's under the hood. Everybody is treated the same. As the creator of Cardano, my ADA, when I send it, is treated the exact same way as yours. And as the creator of Midnight, My night is going to be treated exactly the same way as yours. And what's cool is Midnight starts walking deeper into the right stack because it's restoring that God-given right to privacy, which we don't have in the cryptocurrency space right now. And there are a lot of people that are taking advantage of that. Every stablecoin transaction you make is reported forever and transparent. That's a panopticon right there, man. You really think about that. All that tether, all that circle. Once they find out who's behind it, they know what you bought. And 20 years from now, they know what you bought. So you need that privacy back end so that doesn't happen. And that's really what Midnight's doing, is it's finding a rational way to do that in a world that's complex with governments and businesses and many other actors. And it puts you in the driver's seat about how much you choose to share. And that's why we created this and brought all these people together. And when people hear it, they're like, that makes sense. We should do that. Let's go do that. And that's why we got the shield.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Charles. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely. Cheers.